wedding day has been described as the day in a woman's life when every bride is consumed by planning, dreaming of perfection. Liz Ravenhall was no exception. Every single detail of her celebration was carefully thought out. From choosing the most beautiful wedding gown to crafting the perfect menu and finding the most elegant rings, nothing was left to chance. A professional videographer stood ready to capture each carefully planned moment, transforming fleeting memories into lasting keepsakes. Yet despite her exhaustive preparations, Liz remained unaware of the raw emotional journey that awaited her, a moment of unexpected vulnerability that would punctuate the carefully scripted day. The groom, Ollie Ravenhall, had a remarkable plan to make his bride's special day even more unforgettable. His surprise at the church would not only leave everyone in awe, but later capture hearts worldwide when the moment was shared on Vimeo and YouTube. Now let's get engrossed in the pictures of the moment and explore why this wedding became an internet sensation. Like knowing your partner's biggest passions, their favorite music, even the comfort food they turn to in times of need shows that you care. Precisely for that reason, Ollie's surprise, mirroring this thoughtfulness behind the act, was all so touching. Liz, a music and dance teacher from England, had been planning her wedding since early 2017. As she was getting ready for the best day of her life, little did she know, a delightful twist awaited her at the church service. On her big day, the radiant bride was glowing with excitement, ready to walk down the aisle. Everything had been set just so, and Liz couldn't stop smiling throughout the preparations. But nothing could prepare her for the heartwarming surprise that awaited her at the altar, standing before Ollie. Everything fell perfectly into place. The guests were seated, the ring bearer and their partner were making their way down the aisle, and the atmosphere was flawless. Liz's family and friends had gone above and beyond to make her day truly magical. What transpired next is just a testimony to how extra special this day really was. In a few minutes, she would be in for the surprise of her life, yet Liz had no idea. As the bride and groom stood at the altar, two photographers suddenly materialized, one on either side of the aisle. Oddly, their cameras weren't directed at the couple, but at the guests instead. The peculiar behavior attracted the attention of the audience, who started whispering and looking around to find out what was happening. Liz remained oblivious, facing the altar with Ollie beside her. He, however, couldn't resist but turned behind them, expecting what he had planned. Feeling her turning, Ollie quickly faced forward again toward Liz, making sure she didn't suspect a thing. Meanwhile, their family and friends were fixated on something happening in the balcony above. There was a moment when barely anyone was looking anymore at the couple. Liz had no idea what would happen next. It came, and Ollie had hoped this would be one moment his bride would remember forever because he carefully prepared for it. In the video, the couple is seen standing with their backs to the guests. Then, gently, Ollie touches Liz's arm, guiding her attention to the balcony. As she turns around, her eyes widen in disbelief. From seemingly out of nowhere, a group of around 30 children seated on the balcony begins singing. Their voices fill the church as they perform a heartfelt rendition of Christina Perri's 1,000 Years. The melody makes Liz cry, and it's not just because of the children's performance. She is overcome with joy as she tries to absorb the moment. Ollie wraps his arms around her, kissing her forehead, as the children sing, "Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more." The whole church is overcome with emotion. Guests wipe tears away, as does Liz herself, struggling to hold it together. But there's more to this touching moment. These were no ordinary children. The children singing from the balcony were not just any choir. They were Liz's students. It was Ollie, aided by one of Liz's colleagues from JK's dance company, who had managed to stage this surprise. When Liz realized that the children were her students, shock and delight were written across her face. Seeing them there, singing for her on her wedding day, was just unforgettable. Overcome with happiness, Liz waved at her students, who were thrilled to be part of such a special occasion. Ollie beamed with pride, knowing his carefully planned surprise had gone off perfectly. It was a moment neither of them nor the guests would ever forget. Following the children's heart-tugging performance, they all waved back at their beloved teacher. Liz, still choked by emotion, waved them off with a big smile. The wedding guests, most of whom were dabbing their eyes, looked back to the happy couple. But Liz, a teacher of music and dance, did not stop there. She had yet more in store for later in the evening. But of the day, this is perhaps the most magical moment, the ceremony. The viral video, once posted online, quickly went viral. Since then, the sweet performance has captured the attention of the world, garnering 1.9 million plus views on Vimeo and over 6 million on YouTube. After the ceremony, Liz and Ollie left the church to make their way to their reception, where the night continued well into laughter, dancing, and even choreographed moves. It was a night truly filled with joy and unforgettable moments spent with their closest friends and family. One thing is for sure, this is a surprise that Liz will always remember thanks to Ollie. What do you think of this touching story? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Keep watching for our upcoming content, and we'll see you in the next video.